Welcome to another video. Okay, so I'm being a bit silly, but let's just get into this. First of all, the reason why I'm wearing a hat and a scarf is because I'm absolutely freezing and I can't deal with cold weather, so I need to keep myself nice and warm. But anyway, I digress. The topic of today's video is how to live a life full of adventure. Now, those of you that follow me on Facebook or Twitter or read my blog, or especially those of you that are on my email list, will know that now I am living in Madrid, capital of Spain. I've received an awful lot of messages from people that have been asking me questions along the lines of, how are you able to afford this? How are you able to just get up and leave London? You know, why are you in Madrid? So I figured I will make a video to go along with a blog post that I wrote recently, which you can find by clicking through in the link in the description box. And I want to answer some of those questions. Now, first of all, why am I in Spain? It's a really big question. Well, the reason why I am here is because I got to a point in my life where I just sort of felt that I had stagnated. You know, I wasn't really moving forward or progressing, or I wasn't happy with just the routine that I had got myself into. And I knew deep down inside that it was time for change. I went through a period where I was extremely depressed, and I kind of just disappeared off of the internet because of so many different things that were going on in my life. And, you know, I really do think that when you reach rock bottom, that the only way is up, you know. And one of the questions that I kept asking myself when I was feeling really down is, how can I get myself back up? You know, what are the things that I have always wanted to do? What are these things that I've always wanted to do? Let's try one of these things. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do is live in a different country where the language that I'm learning is spoken. And so that's the reason why I'm here in Spain. You know, I've traveled to a number of different places, but I've never had the opportunity to live in a foreign country for an extended period of time. And in case you were wondering why I picked Spain, well, as you all know, I'm from London, in Europe, and as a European, I'm able to live in any other European country without any restrictions. All I need to do is make sure that I just get registered when I arrive in the country. No notice, no visa or nothing like that. And I didn't choose South America. Number one, because I have been really focusing on Castilian Spanish when I've been studying, and also because I would rather, for the moment, make money in a higher currency, because I need money. I haven't got much money. and that goes on to the topic of, you know, how have I been able to afford making a move to another country? This is the question that I've received so much from people, and, you know, I want to just start off right off the back, right from the beginning, saying that, you know, I am not rich at all. You know, if you looked at my bank account, you know, you probably agree with me when I say that I'm a lot closer to poor, very poor. I'm a very poor guy. But how am I able to afford moving to another country? Well, first of all, moving to another country does not have to be expensive. It can be, but it does not have to be expensive. I chose to move to another European country, so my plane ticket cost me less than £100 altogether. So that's not very much at all. And once I am in the country, now I've got to look for a job. You know, I think that what you need to do is make sure you have enough money to last you for 2-3 months, 4 months if you can, and then you will be able to survive. You know, it doesn't have to cost a lot. And so a lot of my money came from saving some money, of course, from when I was in London, and also from selling a lot of my possessions as I left London, you know. So I had a whole flat full of stuff, you know. So I sold my desktop computer, my sofa, my bed, microwave, cooker, fridge, all of these things, you know, and, you know, every little bit adds up. And now I've got enough money to survive here in Spain for a little while. So that's the answer to those two questions. Now, the last question, which has been recurring, is how have you been able to just get up and leave London? I think this is the part that is the most interesting to me, because I think that it is a psychological barrier that stops people from reaching out and grabbing their dreams and trying out the things that they want to do in life. Now, you know, there are some emotions that really stop us from doing things, and the two I want to discuss are fear and doubt. You know, I'll start with fear. Now, the way that I look at human emotions, I see them as a system of feedback, a feedback about the way that we are interacting with the world. So when I'm afraid of something, it usually means that I'm stepping into some sort of unknown territory, or that I'm confronting something that I've never seen before, unsure of. And, you know, people are usually afraid of the unknown. And so a lot of people can allow fear to stop them from doing the things they want to do. But instead of allowing it to stop you from doing things, just allow fear to be something that makes you more alert to your surroundings, and help you decide how you are going to make decisions. You know, this is how I look at fear. So, was I afraid when I decided that I'm going to come to Madrid? Of course, absolutely. You know, all sorts of questions going through my mind. You know, am I going to be able to find a job? What if my Spanish is not good enough? What if I don't like it there? What if I get there and I decide that it's the absolute wrong thing to do, and I want to go back to London? You know, that was bloody scary to say the least, you know. But I recognize that the situation that I was in London at the time wasn't making me happy, and that I needed some sort of change, and that, you know, coming out to Madrid and seeing how things are here, it was my way of trying out this thing that I've always wanted to try all of my life, you know. So fear, don't let fear stop you from doing the things that you want to do. Just look at it as a system, or a way of just getting some feedback about how you're performing, or what you're interacting with in the world. And the next thing that can really stop people, at least in my case, is doubt. You know, I really second guessed myself a lot while making the decision to come here. As I was selling my possessions, as I got rid of my sofa, got rid of my computer, got rid of my bed, got rid of all my other things, you know, I kept on saying, am I making the right decision? Is this right? Is this wrong? Am I being silly? Am I going over the top? Am I being extreme? Am I, etc., etc.? And I think doubt is another thing that is something that is very useful, you know. And the reason why I say it's useful, because I believe that doubt is an emotion, or it's a feeling, or an intuition, you could say. I don't know what word I would use to describe it, but it is an error checking system. It's something that we have to make sure that we are making the right decisions, to make sure that we are that what we are doing is right for us. And I've realized that rarely am I ever 100% sure about a decision that I am about to make. You know, I may be 90%, I may be 95%, but there's always that element of second guessing myself in the back of my mind, where I'm thinking, is this right? Is it not? And so I recognize that making decisions is rarely black and white. It's really easy as I'm 100% sure about this, or I'm 100% sure about that. What I usually feel is that I'm drawn to one direction more than I am drawn to another. And so when I'm making decisions, I accept that I'm going to have this element of doubt somewhere that is going to make me think about my decision a little bit more, and make me think about whether or not I'm doing the right thing. you know. And so I felt fear and I felt doubt on my way out to Madrid, and in the months leading up to my departure. But yeah, you know, I just didn't let my emotions control my decisions. I didn't allow for that to happen at all. You know, and the last thing I want to discuss here want to mention is that the hardest part about doing just about anything you want to do in life is getting started. You know, so when we look at the long distance that we have ahead of us, you know, it can be daunting. You know, if we think about our dreams as there are 1,000 steps to climb to reach our dreams up in the sky. You know, it's going to be really daunting if you are constantly thinking about all of the steps that you have ahead of you. So I try my best to block out everything else and only focus on the next step, you know. And these are my thoughts on, you know, how to live a life full of adventure. You know, don't let fear stop you from doing things. Don't let the fact that you doubt things stop you from doing things. And understand that it's going to be daunting to do something so bold and so big, and that, you know, is going to take a long time, and that going back on may not be possible sometimes. But you know, I think it's better to try life out and make a lot of mistakes and just see how it goes from there. You know, I'm a person all about personal growth, development, learning, all of that good stuff. And so yeah, those are my thoughts on how to live a life full of adventure. Now, if you know, click through to my article and read what I had to say there, it's pretty much a summary of what I've said here today. And you know, perhaps you want to sign up to my mailing list or subscribe to me here, where I, you know, send out my thoughts on life, personal growth, and living a good life, etc, etc, etc. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope that you have felt that, you know, the last few minutes have been well spent. You know, I'm here to share my perspective, but I'm also here to learn. So please, you know, share your own opinions. You know, what do you think? Am I missing something? Do you agree, disagree? I'm here to share my own experience and my little bit of knowledge, and also learn from all of you lovely ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for watching. Ciao.